We live. Welcome to another episode of Studio Stories. I'm your host, King Mike. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, put the notifications on if you want to see more content like this. Today, I am super excited. I have the one and only, hold on, I got to get our title card right. The internationally championed choreographer, stylist, and creative director, the one and only Miss Malaena Eagle. Y'all give it up.
Hello.
We gotta do a live. I keep telling John we gotta do a live studio audience one day.
I mean, that would be so raw.
It would be
cool.
And she's the first lady on the show. She told the studio stories out for the ladies. Y'all give
We
it
love
up.
that. For the ladies.
Let's go. So me, I like to get right into the smoke because I like people to know immediately who you are. So if you can let the people know who you are and what you do.
Who am I? What do I do? Okay. So my name is Malaena, as Michael would know.
Yes.
I'm born in New Zealand. My father is from New Zealand. My mother's Polynesian. I was raised in a 4-sibling household, so it was pretty crazy. And we were homeschooled, so I was definitely enrolled in like a lot of what do you call those things? After school activities, so we could get our socialization out and all that. And that's where I did a lot of things. I did martial arts. I was able to get a black belt, which was really cool. I trained under my father for like years and years. So I got your back.
I ain't messing with you.
I got your back.
I have my back, please.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. And then also really, really like passionately gone into dance ever since I was a child. Those are probably like my two main sort of things growing up was martial arts and dance and just clothes. That's what else. Clothes. I've always loved clothes. I wasn't always cool though, and I'm not saying I'm cool now, but I wasn't like a cool kid. I was definitely uncool more than cool, but I loved clothes. I've always loved clothes.
It's the humble beast. See, I like the humility.
No,
I hear you.
It's true.
But and of course we're proud of where you're from
and
you know your upbringing. But in Studio Stories, even if you don't want to, I'm going to make you pop your shit.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to force it.
Michael's making me pop.
So, Malaena Eagle comes from an elite group of dancers from New Zealand.
Correct.
And that is Request Crew, which the leader was Miss Paris Goebel, who is beyond space when it comes to creativity.
Yeah.
If you don't know who Paris Goebel is, then I'm not even going to tell you because you're literally living under a rock.
Facts.
Please tell me your upbringing in dance and how that molded your career right now.
Totally. So basically, I was big blessed to be able to come up under Paris Goebel when I was 18, 19 years old. Long story short, basically, they had just come back from winning a gold medal at the Hip Hop Championships. There's a couple of names, HHI or the World Championships, depending on what you want to call it. But basically, in all, it's the World Championships for hip hop. And Request Dance Crew had just come back from winning gold in the varsity in the whole entire world, and the whole country knew about it. It was, New Zealand's a small place, so it's not like what's going on.
It was popping in New Zealand.
Yeah. It was like really, really cool. We're on the news and newspapers and all that stuff, and they were and then basically I got approached by Paris. I was performing at a showcase one night, and I got approached by Paris to join Request Dance Crew, which was a shock to me. I was like, are you talking to me? Me?
Which means you was already doing it before.
I mean, I had to have been. She saw something in me. I won't say by any means that I was killing it. I wasn't, but I think I had a natural ability, and she could see that, and she was willing to take me under her wing and put me in Request Dance Crew so we could go back to the World Championships. And the next year, which we did, I did end up joining the crew. We did go back the next year and we won gold. I got to win a gold medal myself, which was so cool.
That's because you never told me that.
Oh yeah, I won a gold medal. It was so amazing. I won more than one gold medal actually being with Request. It was crazy. Like being under Paris's direction is like something that is a once in a lifetime feeling. I mean, it's not once in a lifetime if you work for her over and over again, but it's like that experience will never be replicated.
Yes.
because there's a level of dedication and a level of being so thorough in what she's trying to present to the world that taught me everything about who I am as a creative today. It taught me how to work hard, how to be disciplined, how if you don't put in the work, you're not going to reap the rewards. It taught me how to be a powerful woman in a world where hip-hop is very heavily dominated by males.
Yes.
So being an all-female dance crew was
And that's what I was about to say. Like, in case you don't know, Request's dance crew is all female.
correct.
And hip-hop is an American-based dance.
100%.
So for y'all to take that from New Zealand, be all female, I mean, like, every odd is stacked against you. And to come to the U.S., just world-renowned, period, and go crazy.
Yeah.
And see, this is you Request dancers out there, I want y'all to watch. They're so humble and so nice, but until you get them on that stage, I fell victim to this a few times. Me, John. He's like, yeah, I'll try this popping choreography.
Oh my gosh, here we go.
And then
I'm in trouble.
Blood, and you like, bro, did I just trash out? Did I just get
Not
ripped?
at all. There is some weird alter ego thing that I feel like the girls from Request have that I haven't noticed until I moved to America 12 years ago. Y'all put me on game that we have that switch.
I love it.
And I didn't notice because we're just being ourselves, right? Like we're just navigating how we regularly navigate.
Yep.
And I think because us girls spent so much time together training, like 6-7 days a week, sometimes, you got a cute like 5-hour day. Other times you're doing like a 10, 12, 13, 14, like depending on what you're training for. If we're training for worlds, like you ain't sleeping.
Yeah.
So something that I learned about us is that coming here is that we have that sort of duality.
It's a switch.
Yeah,
it's like a not
alter
even
ego.
the same person.
I had no idea.
This is not the person that we just had dinner with at Johnson's. Because just so y'all know, if you don't know, this is the wife of the Emmy Award winning John Boogs, who is my brother. We're on the same crew. So I see her a lot.
Love you, babe.
And especially when it comes to like cleaning choreography. Let me tell you something. Us poppers, our egos are through the roof. It's not even, it's no cap for our ego.
It's street style.
And as you should, because I mean, you have to have some level of ego, not in the classroom or when you're learning, but when you're performing, you have to have it.
Yeah.
So I'm having it. John, we're all having it until it's time to clean. And
I feel so bad.
So you think you ripping. You really just know, hey, I just bodied that. And she's like, yeah, bro, that was tight. Make sure that right hand is up. Make sure that elbow up. And you like, yeah, my elbow. But she's correct because cleanliness in this world is next to godliness. If it's not clean. And one thing I can say about y'all is the cleanliness is like
precise.
Through the roof.
Yeah, it's all derives from
My
Paris.
first time seeing y'all was on ABDC. What was that, season 6, I believe?
You
season
watched
6.
me.
I didn't know it was you. I'm just like, hey, we're there. But
was me.
tell me about that experience coming from New Zealand, coming all the way to the U.S. to do ABDC back then.
No, it was wild. I mean, naturally, we were like ecstatic to have the opportunity to audition. And we literally flew from Auckland, New Zealand, to Los Angeles to audition. Like, we were ruthless. We were like, let's go. We can do anything. I loved the ambition that we had and the support that we had from Paris and her father and the Palace Dance Studio and the royal family. You know, there was a lot of fundraising and support and all that jazz. So we did the audition and we were very, very blessed to make it to the actual show because there was literally hundreds, if not thousands of people and crews auditioning that day down the street, as you can imagine. So when we made it through, that was incredible. And then we got to move to Los Angeles for however long until you either win or get voted off the show.
Yeah.
Our experience was, in my opinion, and speaking for myself, it was so cool to be like a 19, 20-year-old. I guess I was probably 20 by then. And experiencing life on set and in the States under the guise of Paris being our leader and choreographer. And we were literally given like, I think it was like anywhere from 3 to 4 to 5 days to receive our challenge, choreograph it, get it reviewed by the, appointed choreographers. We would have choreographers come in and producers come in and give us feedback and whatnot.
Yeah.
And the turnaround was quick. It was like within days, and then we would have to perform, and then we would get voted to stay or leave.
Nothing for y'all because y'all already world champions.
No, I mean, it was actually harder because it's America's Best Dance Crew, and we're not Americans. And, Americans in general can be very patriotic as well, which is like not going to really benefit a New Zealand crew, right? Yeah. You want to kind of, if it's America's Best Dance Crew, I'm assuming you want to vote for an American crew. So we did well considering we were from another country, but we didn't, I think we stayed maybe like 4 weeks. I should know. Maybe it was 3 weeks, 4 weeks. But it was a long time ago.
I remember.
It was 4 weeks, right?
But what you did was you got on the American stage so far, or the TV, which was just a business card. Because y'all were, I don't know anybody from y'all era that's not a czar in the dance world now. Like Paris went on to choreograph for J-Lo, Rihanna, and y'all started MJ1, which is a show that's here right now with Jamie King.
Yes, we did.
How did that go from America's Best Dance Crew to now we're doing a Las Vegas show, which is world renowned now?
Right, totally iconic. Michael Jackson, iconic forever, and what's really cool about that show is it's not just Cirque du Soleil, it's also 50-50 with the Michael Jackson estate. So his family is always involved in the happenings of that show, which made me feel like that's the closest I could have gotten to Michael Jackson. Because growing up, like who danced and didn't want to dance for Michael?
If you're a performer, it doesn't happen.
Everyone wanted to dance for Michael. And then I remember waking up, my mother woke me up one morning, the morning that he passed, and she was like, knew that I would be so upset, so she woke me up to tell me that he passed, and I just bawled my eyes out straight away. So getting that job was life-changing in multiple ways. I got to live out a dream that I never knew I would be able to live out, but basically how we got it was, at the time, Paris had just started choreographing for Jennifer Lopez. We got to do a music video for Jennifer Lopez via Paris, and then basically Jamie King was the tour creative director for Jennifer Lopez, who is also the creative director for Michael Jackson 1. He asked Paris, hey, do you have any dancers you could submit for the show I'm currently creating with Michael Jackson estate? And she was like, yeah, I have like a whole dance studio of dancers. So long story short, like about 15-ish, maybe 15, about 15 to 20 of Paris's, elite dancers from the Palace Dance Studio. We auditioned via videotape for over a few months. We were going back and forth, sending footage, sending tapes. They would come back, okay, can you send us some of y'all doing some of this? Can you send us some of this choreography? Can you send us any skills you have? Like we were going back and forth, back and forth.
What's that, casting networks, they do you knit?
Doing,
do whatever you do.
Literally, there was at one point that like me and my sister, we did the hula because we're at Cook Island, and we were like, everything. Well, we're half Cook Island, we could do some Cook Islands order maybe and see, we were just reaching for trying to get this gig.
First of all, she has two sisters, all three of them are Zods and everything.
Yeah, they are.
What?
Shout out Malaena Eagle, she's a choreographer from Australia. She's from New Zealand, but she lives in Australia. Her and her husband Lawrence, they run the Home Base, which is an incredible dance company in Australia. And then shout out to Lala Eagle and Anton Eagle, my baby brother, baby sister. Love them both. They don't dance, but they're raw. Yes. So check them out.
And Lala's her
singer.
twin.
Lala is my twin, same person.
Her and John got some music out. Y'all go check it out on that.
Yes, Lala Eagle. Check it out. But where were we? Remind me where we were.
You were talking about Paris and y'all sending stuff back to MJ1.
Yes. So after months and months of us auditioning via videotape back and forth, basically 6 of us girls got the job. And I was one of those 6. My sister Colette was one of the 6. And then we had 4 other of my bestest friends that were a part of the 6. So we're all 18, 19, and 20. And we're moving from basically our parents' house to Las Vegas.
To the big stage.
Which is like a very, very, very intense, very intense 180.
Yes.
But we figured it out. And honestly, like, you just, when you get, what do you call it? Like, when you throw someone in the deep end, you either sink or swim.
Yeah.
We were like, we got to swim.
You have to swim.
We got to swim. We didn't even know how to, like, pay a bill.
But y'all are already, you don't even realize y'all have been swimming the whole time.
It's true.
It was probably just mental.
Yeah.
Because you've been swimming. You're already a world champion.
I know.
So imagine that.
Yeah.
But that transpired into a lot of your just individuality now, because now we fast forward and your choreography is insane.
Oh, thank you. I'm giving it a go.
One of my favorite pieces. You already know my favorite piece.
I
is
know.
Your Raven. And that means you got a million pieces that are great. But the run one,
Yeah.
When I say I watched that, I can't even, and I'm going to show the people, I don't even think I can count how many times I've watched that.
That's a big count.
Like, I watch it. It's definitely annual. I watch it there. I will scroll. This is how I'm doing through your page.
I appreciate that.
There it is.
Thank you.
It's crazy.
Thank
so
you.
how does that, your history in what your experiences being on ABDC, being in MJ1, how does that affect your choreography moving forward? Like, how do you branch from that and say, you know what, I'm going to do this. This is what I want to do with my art form.
I think everything that I have been blessed to go through, be around, experience, train under, absorb from, like control freaks, for example, everything in my circle has molded me and built me up. Try not to cry.
No. And if you cry, it's all good because it's 100. You know what I mean? Because I've been here with you through a good part of the journey now. You know what I mean? So I know who you are. I've seen you. We've sessioned together. You know what I mean? We've been in the drips, in the trenches.
For those that don't know me, I'm very emotional. I wear my whole heart on my sleeve, and I cry probably like at least once a day.
Only when it's real, though.
But it's always real,
and
it's always 9 times out of 10 out of gratitude. I'm a gratitude crier, bro. Like, I will cry if I feel grateful. I'll be like, because I just can't handle it. Like, my makeup, my cells can't handle it. Like, it's something that I've learned about myself that I can't handle.
And you know what? I think it's
my emotions around gratitude.
I don't cry. I'm grateful as well. I think we're just
No, you don't have to cry to be grateful.
We're grateful to be blessed. We understand a blessing. We understand it doesn't have to be us.
No,
but
it doesn't. It doesn't have to be us.
So you value that, and
hugely.
If you gotta cry, you gotta cry because it's definitely. Of course, you practice and you train and we do the thing, but there's so many others that we see that do it that don't get the opportunities, and it's not because of your lack of work. It's just because sometimes you just get blessed.
Yeah.
And so you have to
just
appreciate it when you're there.
Yeah.
So,
yes, you do have to appreciate it when you're there. And I just happen to be a crier of appreciation, which is sometimes annoying, but it's also beautiful because it's how I feel, and I'm authentically feeling. So I love myself and the way that I emote, but I'm also like, all right, girl, that's enough.
Yes.
Anyways, we were where we were, I remember. So being, around all the elites and all the raw essence and raw talent and like exceptional movers and exceptional creatives, I've just been like really like lucky and really happy to be surrounded by that, because it encourages me to be the best me, be the truest me, fight for me, and believe in me. And that is like not a given. I feel like a lot of people can relate to this, that's a difficult thing to just F with yourself heavy. Like, that's a hard thing to accomplish for some people. Not for Michael.
I've been rocking myself since I was a little kid.
That's hard. And from where I'm from, we were raised to, it's called in New Zealand, it's called tall poppy syndrome.
Yeah.
And I don't know the proper definition, but it's
tall
poppy syndrome.
And that's from New Zealand.
And it's
I
like a
gotta write
known
this down.
thing in New Zealand that New Zealanders can sometimes have. Also, there's also another aspect of it that is like overly be humble, sit down vibes, and it's like to a fault.
Yeah.
I used to think it was like, if you're not so humble, you're trash. But then when I moved to America, this is something I love to talk about because it's the duality of like combining my Kiwi and combining the American.
And what is Kiwi?
What is Kiwi?
What is Kiwi?
Oh, Kiwi is, if you're from New Zealand, the nickname is a Kiwi. You're a Kiwi. Yay. Instead of saying I'm a New Zealander, it's so long, we just say I'm a Kiwi because our national bird is called the Kiwi.
Oh, nice.
We don't call it the Kiwi bird, but it's a bird. It's actually a flightless bird, random.
Yes, the one.
Yeah,
I know
it just like hops around. It's so random, but it's our national bird for whatever reason. It's also an almost extinct species, I believe. So it's like really special in our country. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I love the maturation of me being my New Zealand self and my Polynesian self and my Kiwi self, but also adapting some of like the American ways, which is to actually like, you don't have to be like overly humble. If you're actually like proud of something, like be proud of it.
Yes.
I'm looking at the camera in case anyone wants to hear that, because I had to relearn that it's okay to be proud of something that you've done. Because I feel like we're taught to just, be proud, but just be quiet.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just
100%.
a New Zealand thing to just be like overly humble all the time.
And you all can help a lot of women in this industry. Like, one, you being the first woman on the show is like amazing.
I love it.
And for you to be so well accomplished and
Thank you.
hardworking.
Thank you.
Because I feel like a lot of times today it's so easy to just pop it without the work because the access is so easy. We can just film ourselves, post it, and say we're this. But do you have craft in whatever you do? Can you really go on a set and really do this at the highest level when it's do or die?
Yeah.
So for you to be able to show the work, the history of the work, and then when it was time to do it at the highest level, you could do it. You're really a great example to other women in this industry.
Thank you. So, and I'm inspired by many women.
100%.
Many women. And that is like something that I take great sort of, what is the word? Like, I love to be inspired by other women. I love to be inspired by anything. Men, women, humans, animals, nature, like anything. You can be inspired by anything at any time. But of course, all day, women, you know, like I can't
Speaking
not
of women, I'm
push
not trying to cut you off.
No, go.
Since we're on the topic, what advice do you have to young creatives? I'm talking about whatever creative medium that you are as a young woman, because you were 19 at once. You had those same maybe fears, insecurities, or the look of this being a male-dominated space. Where do I fit?
Yeah.
What advice can you give? And I want you to look right at them. What advice can you give to these young women who are trying and thinking about it and dreaming about it at home right now?
I would say whatever you want, you can get it. Just don't give up. Work towards it. Don't listen to anyone trying to bring you down or tell you it's not going to happen, because I promise that's a projection. You will notice that in this industry and in life in general, a lot of people will project their own fears and insecurities onto you. And when we're young, it's easy for us to let them sort of take over and believe them too. Don't believe them. You are great. You have greatness within you. You will bring greatness to the world. So don't forget that. Remember that it's very, very important for other women and other young women to see you doing what you're doing. You have no idea how many women you will inspire by just being yourself. Be kind. Be kind. Be respectful. Be grateful. And just my favorite quote that I always repeat to myself when I'm not sort of as sure as I am on other days is everything you've ever wanted is on the other side of fear. So there's so many times that we like block our own blessings. I've done it myself. And eventually when you get to your 30s, and hopefully before, if you're luckier than I was, you realize that is cap. To be fearful of everything. What are we really scared of? And it's most of the time what other people will think if it doesn't work.
Facts.
Boring.
Every time.
Why was I limiting myself?
Why did I care?
Why did I care when I was
care?
21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9?
Facts.
Like, why did I care? It's boring to care. Like, I'm boring myself caring. I'm not actually boring myself. That's just like what I like to say.
No, I get what you're saying. No.
But like, it's like, for why? So the more that I can express that to people that are women that are younger than me, and no matter who you are, human being in general, don't let fear block your blessings
100%.
because you're only hindering yourself for no reason. For why?
For no reason.
For no reason. So that's what I'll say.
No.
That was a little long. But.
No, the people need it. They need to hear it from a success story because
I took a second to get here.
That's what we all have.
I took a second to get here. This was not.
And that's the value of what we do. It takes time.
Oh, yeah.
Now it's like, hey, you can have instant success. But does it have value? What is it? Yeah, so we talk about fast forwarding to even blind spotting. Like, yes, you're great with working with women and women empowerment, but she can also get in the trenches and get with the guys. Because I know on blind spotting, when you were the assistant choreographer, which won an Emmy, of course. Shout out John Bugs.
Yes, baby.
Anything we needed cleaning with?
Oh my gosh, no! Everyone, no.
And it was but no, I'm saying this not to put any negative light. I'm saying we needed that so that we can be as clean as it needed to be to bring John's vision to life, which won an Emmy.
It did.
So without you there, I'm just giving you your flowers on your contribution. And plus, she done jumped in some popping choreography with us where we trying to take it light and she go in there and flame and it got on my GD. The last nerve. The last one I got.
Fun.
But okay, you're a dancer, we know choreographer. Now let's get into, as you can all see, the styling, the drip, which, I mean, we all put it on. That's like our group collective.
Oh, yeah.
Mel is actually a real stylist. And you just graduated from School of Style. Yeah, School of Style by the most famous La Roche. I mean, La Roche is through the roof, Zendaya's stylist and many more.
Celine Dion,
Met Gala,
Megan Thee Stallion.
So
craziness.
His name speaks volumes in that world.
Yes.
How did you get into the actual styling world?
Okay, so ever since I was like a kid, loved thrifting, more so because 4 kids, kind of like single parents, split parents, like not giving rich, not giving lots of money. So if I wanted new I had to go to the thrift store and get like the dollar bins. And I didn't mind because I was finding some, in my opinion at the time, fresh stuff.
Yeah.
Probably maybe I looked crazy, but doesn't matter because I felt cool or beautiful or fly or whatever. Fast forward. I'm obviously in the arts. I'm a creative. I'm a choreographer. I'm a dancer. You already know you're the same. We like to be fresh. We like to be fly.
It's really us speaking who we are without saying a word.
That's really
it.
It's a self-expression, right?
Yes, really self-expression.
And so over the years, I've had like, especially not when I'm chilling, but when I'm stepping out, like people assume I'm a stylist often.
Facts.
Which feels a little bit conceited to say, but I'm going to say it because you said to pop my shit.
You put it on.
You said to pop my shit, so people be telling me I'm fine. And think I'm a stylist all the time, and I'm like, no, I'm not. And then it kind of just clicked that I do love expressing myself through clothing. I didn't have any education behind it, but I had a natural sort of pull towards it and an enjoyment in it. Clothes bring me joy. I don't think clothes are everything. I think, materialism isn't like all the things, isn't all of that.
But how you do it.
But it's like if you have the means and you find it fun and it brings you joy, I don't see what the qualm is in that. So then it was around like a year and a half ago that I started to take it a little take it seriously. I was like, I actually want to be a stylist. Like, I love doing it. So why not educate myself further and see where this could take me? Or if that, go for the stars, like go for it.
All the way.
So last year I followed Law Roach for years. We don't even need to go.
You don't even got to follow him to know
raw.
who he is. If you put some clothes on your body, you really about that, you know who.
Raw's been on, like, anyone that likes clothes, like,
it's like knowing
you know
Dapper
Law
Dan.
Roach.
Like,
Exactly.
you know who he is.
Exactly. And I happened to come across that he had taken over School of Style, which is like a fashion stylist certification that you can take. He took over School of Style last year, and as soon as I saw that there was like a possibility to be mentored by the Law Roach. The Law Roach. You can't not say the. You got to say the Law
Two
Roach.
E's on the thee.
2 E's.
Double E to thee.
I was like, I am not missing that opportunity.
Facts.
So, I checked it out, checked out the details, the logistics, how much it is, all that jazz. Decided to invest in myself, which, not going to lie, I just I'd had my last show at my full-time job. I joined a second Cirque du Soleil show called Mad Apple and did a couple of years there. And then was very excited to begin my freelance career again.
Yes.
So I was like, I'm going to invest in myself and I'm going to do this. Signed up. I graduated recently.
Let's go.
So that was amazing. It was a very intense time when I was studying and doing all of the research. There was a lot of research, but it changed me. It changed me. It helped me grow, taught me so much. Not only does it like teach you about like sort of, styling and the art of styling and Law's, ways and the way he approaches the art form. It also teaches you about the logistics of the business side, which is like huge. And I think a lot of people don't get to learn about that. So yeah, it was game over. And now I get to say that I'm certified under Law Roach.
Under the Zod.
Like
himself.
image architect himself. So
exactly. Ooh, image architect.
Yeah,
that's you already popping. That's what we because everybody today is a stylist. It's like,
I know.
You're not. Mm-hmm. Like, you're not an image architect.
I feel like
damn, I stole that.
I know.
Because I'm PDSO. You feel me?
Come on.
I put it on, but now I'm trying to get that image.
I know. Do you know he literally trademarked it? So whenever like somebody uses it, if they're not like,
don't sue me, bro. I'm saying it's Law Roach.
He literally said that.
You said it. You made it up
on one of our webinars. He was like, "Yeah, I trademarked that, so I will let people know, like through my lawyers, when they use it, they're not allowed." I was like, "Go off, Laura."
You can't be a stylist without actually styling people. In which I have seen you style some of the one you just styled Kid the Monster.
I did. He's amazing.
My brother, he's go crazy. That's a little bro. Shout out Kid the Monster.
Shout out, bro.
You styled John, your husband, of course, who I just seen that. That was insane.
Thank
you will be styling me next.
I can't
we already talked about that.
We did talk about that.
Next photo shoot, y'all gonna see I'm gonna look like
Peep game.
him. And you just styled WWE Samantha Bomb.
Samantha the Bomb, a.k.a. Samantha Johnson.
Oh, Samantha Johnson.
Yes.
She's also a recording artist as well.
She's a recording artist. She's been a recording artist for a lot of her life. She's been singing since she was a child, I feel. She's incredible. I actually met her at MJ1 years and years ago. When we were a lot younger, maybe even 8 years ago now. She ended up leaving MJ1 and going to pursue her career being the greatest announcer of all time for WWE. Which is
Samantha.
So raw. And come to find out that I learned that she's been like a huge fan of WWE since she was a kid. So it was like an amazing dream of hers to like then get to work for them. So she just left WWE last year because she wants to take her recording artist career like as serious as possible, and that calls for like no other jobs. So she's going ham right now, and I was very, very blessed to have her drop me a DM and ask me to basically style her, choreograph for her, and creative direct for her music video, which is coming out soon. So I'm very excited.
Shout out Samantha. We're going to be
Yes.
looking for that video.
Love you,
Choreographed
babes.
and creative directed by the one and only Malaena Eagle.
No, I'm
now,
so excited.
creative directing is an entirely different bag.
Oh.
Like, it has the elements of choreography. It has the elements of styling, the look of how you want it. But
Sure.
what separates? What is that difference when it comes to actually, I'm the director of
directing
creativity?
this. I feel like it all comes down to being like exceptionally organized. Knowing what vision you want to portray through said video, film, theater, show, performance, whatever you're doing. You have to create your vision, figure out how you want to execute it, collaborate with who you need to collaborate to execute that vision, because you can't do it by yourself.
Straight up.
So I had to find my team, which I was very blessed to be able to do fairly easily, because I have an incredible group of people around me that I'm very lucky to have to sort of reach into my repertoire of creatives and Zards.
Yeah.
And then comes preparation and execution.
Yes.
So I was off my feet doing three things. Being a stylist and a choreographer and a director of something is a lot, but I knew I could do it, and I wouldn't have signed up for it if I couldn't have done it.
Yeah.
And I'm just grateful that Samantha wanted me to do it. If you're watching this, darling, thank you so much.
She has to watch it because it's Zard.
I'm just grateful for you, because she believed in my Zard. She
Yes.
believed in my rawness, and she literally gave me the floor.
Yes.
And was like, you do you. And I was like, whoa, like that's so raw that you trust me that much, that you want me to just go for it. And we went for it, and it's amazing. And I can't wait to show the world in about a week or two. So,
Yes.
well, maybe when this comes out, it'll already be out.
I hope
Yeah,
it comes out right
yeah,
away.
yeah. It'll be here
All right.
very soon.
I got some quick hitters for you, Mel.
Okay, I'm ready.
So you're from New Zealand.
Yes.
The world wants to know, what are
Okay.
some New Zealand
New Zealand.
Ghetto.
New
New Zealand slang words
Okay.
that y'all use that is a totally different word in the
Okay.
US but means the same thing? Give me top
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna go whatever the quickest Kiwi slang I come
three.
up
Kiwi
with.
slang.
That's buzzy. You know that one.
No, I don't.
You don't know. What do you mean? You've never
That's
heard me say,
buzzy?
oh, buzzy.
I've heard you say a lot of things, Mel. I don't know
No,
what
I've
it is.
heard you say a lot
I'll
of
be
things.
like, right on, gang.
Yeah, sure. Whatever you say
Right on,
now.
gang.
So we say the word buzzy when something is like interesting or a trip. Like, oh, that's a trip. We'll be like,
That's
oh,
buzzy.
buzzy.
Nigga, that's buzzy.
Yeah, like that.
I'm about to say
Perfect.
that.
So that's one.
I'm
It's
trying to
very,
make
very
it up.
Kiwi. No, I
Right.
like it. It's perfect.
And what's next?
What's another slang we use? Oh, come on, Malaena, be fast. I don't know. This is not a slang, but we call the trash can the rubbish bin.
The rubbish bin?
Rubbish bin.
That is a lot of activity in the vocabulary.
And I
The
swear,
rubbish bin.
I swear,
Throw that in the rubbish bin.
I swear, every now and then I use the word rubbish
I know
bin.
John
and people are like-
speaking, he be in the crib like, what?
People are like, what are you saying? And I'm like, the trash can. And they're like, oh.
The rubbish bin. Hey, that round that you did, throw it in the rubbish bin.
And then one of my favorites, exactly, throw it in the rubbish bin. It ain't it. One of my favorites is B-O-T, I think, Z. B-O-T-Z, I think, bots.
like bot?
So you say
Like you a robot? Like
No,
you
not at
trash,
all.
You do the same thing every day?
not even
Shout
that
out
at
Laser
all.
there.
I love how you're like, is it
I'm
that?
trying to hood it up.
No, I like it. So bots
Bots.
is when you say like, man, like, he's such a bots. Bots means when it's a diss. It's when someone, like, it's so hard to explain for me, but it's when someone does something like out of their place. Like, yo, you're botsing it right now.
Well, it's a bot. You could be a bot right now, and it's kind of similar. It's a U.S.
Yeah.
term.
Is it?
The YNs, they use
No
it.
way.
They call you a bot. That means you trashing out.
Really?
Like, yeah,
I don't know if
yeah.
it means the same thing, but in New Zealand, when we call someone bots, like B-O-T-Z, it's like you're like
Did
tripping.
bot come from New Zealand?
You're tripping.
Or did
that was
did
when I
bot
was
come
a
from
kid.
Atlanta? Wait, hey, that's a debate.
I don't know.
That's a debate for the
It was from when I was like
That's
a
fire.
teenager. I don't know if they still say it anymore, but when I was a teenager, we say, bro, he's such a bot. Like, why is he botsing it so bad right now? Like, chill, you're botsing it, chill. Like, that's it. So there's my 3 slangs.
Say less. Kiwi slang.
Yeah, I mean, rubbish bin's not a slang.
No,
That's just a name.
I stole rubbish bin.
But we can pretend it's a slang.
I'm telling you rubbish bin all day. Rubbish bin.
I love it.
And one more.
One more.
Your 3 top, I'll say, female, it can be styling, choreography, whatever art medium, inspirations.
Ooh. 3 top inspirations. Easy. First one, Colette Eagle, aka Colette Kaiway. Sorry, I always call her Eagle, but she's Kaiway now. She's married. So my sister Colette Kaiway, she's a female choreographer, creative, and she's just so like chill and humble, but she's cold.
Yes.
She's
super
raw.
Cold, super calm.
You're
too.
raw and very calm and we're very different in personality, and even in dance, the way we dance like different. And I love that because I mean, people say we have a similarity, but I don't really see it. Like, I feel like we dance quite differently, and it's so beautiful. I appreciate the way that she moves, and I appreciate the way that she creates, and I appreciate that she's running a whole entire dance company in Australia. And she started that when she was 22 with her husband. 22, and they had a baby, and they were like, let's do this.
2 babies.
Yeah, no, now they have 2 babies. But at the time, she had a baby, and she was 22, and they were like, let's go, we're going to do this. So that's one. Second one, I can't not choose Paris Goebel, because I will forever be like so in awe of her entirety.
Yes.
So Paris Goebel. And then who's my third? Okay, so you said like choreographer, stylist.
It could be style,
anyone?
it could be anything. Fashion, somebody that you just say, you know what, they inspire me.
I've got it. Give me 10 seconds. Yeah, I
If
can't
you
wait to
lock
find
in,
out.
You could be the third.
You know when you don't want to force it? So you're like, I'm just going to rock my top 2.
I want that third one is sitting at home watching this interview.
To be fair, I'm inspired by a plethora of women. I just can't pull it right now.
That means that this interview is going to spark that third girl. She's at home
I
like,
promise
I'm
you.
about to be that bitch.
I promise you, we will cut the cameras and I'll think of 30,000 women.
No, I don't want 30,000.
No, I'm just saying I can't think of it right now, but I promise you there's
I
many.
appreciate you coming through.
Thank you,
turning
Michael.
up Studio Stories, being the first lady on the show.
I love it. I'm honored. Thank you.
Honored.
Love
John
you.
will be proud.
He will
All right,
be.
y'all. Studio Stories,
Peace
episode
out.
6. Y'all, peace out. Another one.